Have you tried this Sunset Boulevard crawl?
Princess Bear here today. We're at Disney's Hollywood Studios because we're looking to crawl into Sunset.
We're going to Sunset Boulevard and eat around the area.
Because they have plenty of drink and food things to do. So it's your number one choice of food entertainment. We're here to investigate, so you don't have to. Remember, she's vegan. I'm not. She's the star.
It's time to foodie and chill. Recently, Bear and I had the new Hearts of Palm and Artichoke sandwich over at Columbia Harbor House at Magic Kingdom. And ever since then, I have been wanting to do like a little comparison situation, and considering I really needed a day away from like work and everything, stress, I thought, let's do it today. Why not? Carpe diem, right? So here we have the lobster roll. This is just Hearts of Palm. There's no artichoke in this one like the other. There's no tomato, there's no lettuce, and then they do the Old Bay seasoning on this one, which would be the perfect thing for the other one, I feel. Especially if you could put like chips in it and stuff. I'm taking this cut, but like this bread is so big that I'm gonna do like I did at Columbia Harbor House and only take one half, which is going to be this front half here. If I can scoop it properly. Ooh. I already dropped one of these and I had to replace it because I dropped it like fully. I do not want to drop this again. Balancing act. I want to say this one is a little more tart than the one from Columbia Harbor House. Like, it's a little more like mouth puckering. There's not as much fixins. Like the other one gives you like lettuce and tomato and stuff. This is just take your Hearts of Palm and throw it in a sandwich. I actually think that the complexity of the flavors is a little bit better at Columbia Harbor House than Rosie's. I think adding some additional ingredients to a dish like this just really pluses it up. This is just like, I feel like the base foundation. So like this walked so that Columbia Harbor House could run. And I really believe that it's just not as flavorful as the other. Though I do wish the other one had Old Bay seasoning like this one. Neither of them are fishy, which is great because I'm not into like fishy food. I would give this one a 3.5 out of 5 Hearts of Palm. It's interesting. Obviously, vegans that have moral issues with Hearts of Palm don't order this, but if that doesn't bother you, then enjoy what the Hearts of Palm giveth.
We are literally getting to the heart of this sandwich with this Hearts of Palm roll here at Rosie's All-American. And what's more American than a Hearts of Palm sandwich? I don't know the answer to that. I'm literally Jimmy asking. Is it American? Who knows? But it's a thicken. I think that's one thing in common that most of these things that include Hearts of Palm, and that's not just the sandwiches, but the island cakes as well, is you require some fork acrobats in order to not end up in your lap and get on the fork and into your mouth. There's a lot of things going on in here. There we go. We have a history with Rosie's. It used to be the princess's one and only stop. Pre-Fantasmic, and while we're waiting for a Fantasmic, or when we're here for Star Wars weekend, because her only item in this entire park used to be a black bean burger, similar to the one that we just had at the Paddock at Saratoga Springs Resort. So coming back here, it's sort of a full circle moment. And now they're still on their like we're wholly non-alt meat game with this Hearts of Palm, nice and tangy. You have fixins in here, but they're a little bit more mixed in. So you have the onion, you got lettuce, got a little green onion on top to give a little elevation to the tanginess of what's already a very like tart roll. The Old Bay seasoning does make a difference for those of you who are Old Bay elitist, you will probably prefer this roll over the other incarnations we've seen of Hearts of Palm roll across the parks. It's tasty. The bun is nice and toasted. I really got no complaints about the mixture. It's just, as far as the lobster roll, which is what it's supposed to mimic, it feels more akin to a very mayo-y potato salad than it does lobster. But for what it is, it's a good roll. And we like a non-alt meat option. It's filling, distinct. The mobile order situation here needs a little work. Just a little bit.
We waited an hour.
We did wait an hour. Just for our order have been skipped over. And that happens sometimes in mobile order. Just be polite. I would give this a 4 out of 5 plus.
What do you think is better, this one or Columbia Harbor House?
I think that the Columbia Harbor House is a better flavor and better value because it's almost 50% larger than this one. Here we have the hot honey chicken salad, because when Rosie says all American, they mean it. And there's honestly nothing more American than taking something healthy and adding something fried right on top. That is the American way. If it's good, we will fry it. And I mean that multiple ways. So we have the hot honey chicken on a bed of lettuce. There's some avocado in here, cucumber. There's some celery over here. A couple of look like heirloom tomatoes in here as well. A little bit of carrots and onion. A little bit of green onion. It's a little bit of everything for a little bit of everyone. I probably don't even need the knife. The pieces of chicken are so tiny. Honestly, it's probably the same pre-fried chicken, just sauced differently that you get in the waffle bowls from Fairfax Fare. But if we have time, maybe we'll figure that out today. So this is one of the newer items here at Rosie's. Just dropped a couple weeks ago, but it is Disney just announced it here recently, maybe a few days ago, if that. It is a confusing salad. I get it. Ranch goes on a lot of things. It's cranch, if you will. That's with like 3 T's, cranch. And hot honey chicken. Hot honey and ranch. I want you to think about it in your mind. If you want to mix something, or are you going to put hot honey on something and then put ranch on top of it? Or the other way around, ranch and then hot honey? Like a hot honey buffalo. They compete in a way that feels unnatural, you know? It's chicken on a salad. The salad itself, the base is fine. It feels nice and sauce. It's still got a little bit of crunch to it. It's not soggy. Avocado is actually a good color. But I would say that honestly the chicken being on top is more of a detractor than a plus. I'd give it 3.25 out of 5 points.
How does this salad compare to the old Chicago dog salad we used to get over here?
The Chicago salad they used to have here was awful. So hot dog on salad or fried chicken on salad, I guess I'd go with the fried chicken. All-American, Rosie's definitely is.
I do love the vibe of Rosie's. Very much nostalgia, like Bear had mentioned earlier. There used to only be one vegan option per park, and the burger was the only one that I wanted. So I would literally make Bear come here every single time we came to Disney if I was hungry. Even if it was just for lunch, we'd come to Hollywood Studios, eat here, and leave.
We do 4 parks in a day, but she had to come here to eat.
Just be to eat, yeah. So
how spoiled we are now.
I love that we can still eat at Rosie's and we can still get a great option. And yeah, like Bear said also, they just need to fix their mobile ordering system.
Some tweaks. They obviously have a lot of cast members in training right now. Definitely, they explain the process well. It's just a little broken as far as picking up your order. So other than that, everything went fine.
On to the next stand. This is the Catalina Eddie's vegan cheese pizza. Now this is the same allergy-friendly pizza that you can basically get anywhere. Safari, Village House, all of the Disney Resort hotels. Where else? I don't think there's a spot at Epcot. Pizza Window doesn't do allergy. And then, let's see. Okay, so I guess it's Hollywood Studios, Magic Kingdom, and Animal Kingdom has this, plus every single Disney resort on property has these. So I guess that's all of them. Yeah, I don't think Epcot has one. I did bring pocket parm. I'll probably add that after this. They put a whole lot of Daiya on this. Daiya cheese. This is like Via Napoli level Daiya cheese. Very powerful. Probably one of the better ones that I've had in a while. And I did just have one recently at, I want to say it was the All Stars. I can't remember. But I'll put a link to that somewhere, wherever it was. It's better than your average allergy pizza. I'll give it that. I'm going to give it a 4.5 out of 5 pizza. And the pocket parm is only going to enhance it. It's not going to detract from this at all. The crust is the cauliflower crust. It's the same crust that you get at all of the pizzas that I mentioned previously, plus the new Impossible meatball bowls, also just like a crisp version of the same crust. It's very nice, but it's really like up to who cooks it as to whether or not it's like really good. Sometimes it's like a hit, sometimes it's like a super miss. So just, I guess when you get a lot of them, I think you'll get there, but if you just get one or two, you probably won't even notice that whether or not the bread is good or bad. And it's gluten-free.
This nice vegan cheese allergy pizza, and it is a big personal serving of a decently large cheese pull. There we go. Give it the taco fold. And the crust actually holds up better than I expected to, given that it's like an allergy-free crust. Got a little ridges in it, got a little char on the bottom. The cheese is definitely seeing some sun, or some heat rather. That's how we're all gonna look at the end of the summer. This is us now. This is us by August. There is absolutely no mistaking a plant-based pizza at Walt Disney World. That Daiya cheese they put on most of the pizzas here is like repainting your house. It's on there. It may flake off if you touch it too hard, but it's definitely the plant-based cheese. I think the sauce on the pizza is a little basic. I think actually the crust is the best part. It's got a nice little crispy edges and it holds up underneath. But the sauce is just given plain Jane tomato sauce on the pizza. No spark, no nothing. They do have Parmesan for you to grab at the little like toppings station. And they do have red pepper up there as well, along with some other things, if you should so wish. But it is a nice, how do you say, blank slate of a pizza. It's tasty. You're not going to be disappointed. I've definitely had worse allergy pizzas here at Walt Disney World. I've had worse non-allergy pizzas at Walt Disney World and Disney Quick Service in deluxe resorts. Yes, thinking about you, Captain Cooks, but it's still a decent meal. And with Rizzo's moment of silence for our dearly departed gone, this is one of the few places you're getting allergy pizza in Hollywood Studios. So, I give it a 3.25 out of 5 points.
I gotta say, I think it's hilarious that they can't make vegan croutons, but they full on put vegan cheese on this little side salad that comes with my pizza. And then you get some Ken's Italian dressing. I don't want to put too much dressing, but I am intrigued just because of the cheese. So I'm gonna get a small little. I want to get a forkful without it getting everywhere, but I also don't want to get all the cheese. So because this bowl is so small, you got to be really careful. Oop, and I still managed to get cheese on the table. Cheers. I will say we recently went to Pizza Safari and I got their allergy pizza there. Same allergy pizza as here. And it comes with a side salad. Their side salad does have like the allergy-friendly little croutons, which are not gluten-free, but you can get them without if you're gluten-free. This is obviously gluten-free because there's no croutons, but I do think it's funny that Pizza Safari has vegan croutons, but Catalina Eddie's doesn't. And I do feel like Catalina Eddie's is a little bit busier than Pizzafari on the average, mostly because they're open later. All of these locations that we're going to here at Sunset Boulevard, they all close at park close, which is really nice. So if you're gonna go to Fantasmic, this is the meal for you. And I think if you were to take this pizza and salad to Fantasmic, you would really love it. It's very basic, it's just cheese, lettuce, and dressing. But sometimes basic is all you need. It tosses my salad. I would give it a 2.5 out of 5 salads, only because that's the average, and this is actually, let's make it 3 out of 5 salads. It gets a half a point more because there's vegan cheese on it.
The little side salad that could, finding vegan cheese on this was quite a surprise. Definitely not what we were expecting, but we are glad that it's here. Now, the Italian dressing is your only dressing option here that is vegan, but they do have a couple others if you are non-vegan or gluten-free. Use a better cut, that's for sure. It's a respectable gas station level vegan salad. And I say gas station salad with utmost respect. I am a person who has survived off gas station food for a good number of years. When I had to, there's nothing wrong with your local Circle K or 7-Eleven. Do what you can to survive. But I know a gas station salad when I taste one. It's different. It's very curious, the difference in the quality of the vegan cheese. I wouldn't be surprised if this is also Daiya, but this cheese, shredded as it is, on top of the salad, definitely a lesser version of the cheese that's on the pizza. But it's crunchy salad. It feels like you're getting a little bit of your veggies for the day. Somewhere your insides are probably thanking you. It's probably the healthiest thing you're going to consume over the course of your entire vacation. But it's here. I would give it a solid 3 out of 5 plus. Chicken parm. Chicken parm is a running inside joke on this channel because back in the old days, pre-YouTube, when the princess would ask what I wanted for dinner and I couldn't decide what to eat, I would say chicken parm because I thought chicken parm was something that was easy to make. I don't make chicken parm at home. I'm not asking the princess to make chicken parm. It was like the laziest of base answers. So it's like, she did actually very sweetly one night make me...
One night?
One night?
Just one night?
What's important?
Many.
Digging my hole here.
Many nights.
As you can see. Make me chicken parm. Only to find out later that chicken parm is not my favorite.
Hours.
I don't even like chicken parm that much. And that's the ultimate cruel joke, is me being lazy, causing the princess more work than needs to be. I would have settled for a public sub and been perfectly happy. So, chicken parm, nice melted cheese, double of breaded chicken fillet. Look at that.
Is it fried?
It is. Oh, it's like probably fried. Usually fried and or baked. A nice little breading on it. Nice white chicken. Nothing to write home about there. Nothing surprising, but nothing special in there either. There's either a little bit of char or seasoning in your breading, and you need to season your breading. I don't care what you bread. Season your breading. I don't always mean to be mean. Just sometimes my face just comes off that way. I can't help it. If my face could lie, I would still tell you the truth. It tastes like public school lunch food. It's that level of chicken parm. It is breaded. The chicken is not dry, thankfully, but it's given nothing. It's given white mystery meat. The sauce is as plain as it was on the Princess Vegan Pizza, but on this one, there's really no excuse. You have the parsley on top, which is good for color, but it adds absolutely nothing. The cheese is there, but it ain't really helping your cause here. It is literally just a chicken-shaped wedge of mystery meat topped with breading, sauce, and cheese. It will feed you, and it is edible, but I doubt you're going to brag to anybody how amazing the chicken parm was from Catalina Eddie's, and if you do, I may have a support group for you. I would give it 2.5 out of 5 plus. Couldn't try the chicken parm and not try the pasta that it accompanies with, because the bed of pasta is part of the dish. This weird looking spiral, like campanelli. forget the name exactly of this bar pasta. You pasta aficionados, feel free to flame me for not remembering in the comments below. But it's not dry. It just tastes like reheated Chef Boyardee. It reminds me of one of our first visits to Enzo Tideway, but worse. If you want this, skip the pasta, just eat the chicken. Mystery meat chicken. Give the pasta 2 out of 5 plus. What would chicken parm or a marinara pasta be without a slice of garlic bread? Now this garlic bread does contain egg and cannot be made vegan. Vegetarians though, have at it. It's toasted, got some burnt on it. It looks garlicky.
It looks burnt.
It smells burnt.
No, not the bread.
We'll start by making this a compliment sandwich. The bread is soft, okay? And it is nicely buttered, okay? But it's more like garlic flavored butter than actual butter, and it's just tastes like burnt softness, like burnt sponge. But it is in the shape and looks like garlic bread, so you're on the right track, I think. It could be that it was just sitting in the window too long. It is very station concept in the back of the quick service here, as they should be. And they assemble them like in pieces. So they're picking out garlic bread out of the warmer, the chicken's coming fresh out the oven, the pasta's getting scooped out of a pot. So am I surprised that the bread's the worst part of this? No. It's just a little disappointing because who doesn't look forward to garlic bread, you know? 1.5 out of 5 plus. It's a skip. Catalina Eddie's got me wondering where Catalina Eddie is because me and him need to have some words.
I would say of all of the allergy-friendly pizzas that I have had in the last like 6 months, this has probably been one of my favorite ones.
Yes.
So there's that.
Princess has a point that when it comes down to the allergy pizza, it's all down to execution. Pizzafari consistently fails in an execution, and they get all the smoke every single time they do it, and they will continue to until, well, such time as they do better. Some of these places, there's even places here, ABC Commentary, who is never ever, we're never going to duck a fade from ABC Commentary every single time they're getting the smoke. Catalina Eddie's, it's okay. It's not the worst place on Hollywood Boulevard. And that's saying something. That's saying something. We have places to go.
I really wasn't sure if we were going to have time for Fairfax Fare, considering we had to come here after work and they close with an after hours event, so they're going to sweep the park. We were trying to mobile order everything to kind of expedite the process. That has been a disaster. Honestly, you'd have been better off just walking up to the stand yourself. This specific soba noodle is actually not available on the mobile app anymore for some weird reason, so you can only order it without the plant-based chicken, and then if you want the plant-based chicken, you actually have to go in person. No ifs, ands, or buts. Ooh. I just dropped some of that chicken on myself. Now this is I want to say it's either my 3rd or my 4th time trying this, and every time that I've had it, I really didn't like it, so I commit to my mistakes, and it wouldn't be a crawl if we only ate things that we liked. I feel like in the past I remember this being a little saucier than before. This one is very dry. The noodles are cooked well, so I think last time I had them they were like a little like crunchy, I think, if I remember correctly. Like super al dente. These ones are not. These ones are well cooked. Not sauced very well though, in my opinion. I think it needs more sauce, and if I had tried this, or if this was my only dish that I ate today, I would probably go ask for more sauce, but given that this is my last dish of the day, I'm okay. Is this better than... Okay, so like the first thing that Bear and I reviewed at Fairfax Fare, it was like truly Tex-Mex. So I had like a salad with like a container of avocado with it. It was supposed to be like taco salad type thing. Was not good. Then they decided to go the hot dog route. for everyone. But vegans got like the Chicago dog salad, which was really, really weird. We have a review of that too. Those ingredients eventually ended up going over to Magic Kingdom for Casey's Corner's new hot dog, which is not as good as the slaw dog. And Fairfax Fare decided they were just going to do soba noodle bowls. Now these soba noodle bowls I feel like have been here for like a year and a half at this point, and they have not really, I don't know what Chef is thinking. Like, Chef, change this-ish. Like, seriously, it just needs to go. Fairfax Fare is so confused, and if you're going to give like a true Californian, Southern Californian inspired place like Fairfax Fare is supposed to be, it should be a more variety, and it should be more like fusion inspired. I get that this is fusion, and it is fusion inspired, but in all the wrong ways. Not good. I would give it a 1.5 out of 5 soba noodles. Despite everything, it's still terrible. The chicken and the noodles are dry. Everything about this dish is dry. So dry. I might need extra water. I'm parched.
This plant-based chicken soba bowl, it's given vibes of the old Food and Wine ramen cup, or like a vegan version. I don't understand what possessed them initially to put these in waffle cones. It looks very aesthetic. This is one of those Disney things that looks great on Instagram, but the execution of them is wildly inconsistent in practice. Not that tasty. Even trying to eat the bowl afterwards for these, and we've tried a couple times in other videos, not fun. It just looks fun. It is not actually fun. These bowls have survived longer than most things at Fairfax Fare, honestly, at this point. But they need to see some refreshment. This vegan chicken is given the wiggle. It's given a solid wiggle. It's giving me Opus vibes. You know, Sultan of Wiggle. Sort of. You've seen Opus, let us know. It's our new addiction, you know. Nina Simone and the rest of that. I would like to say that this looks like terrible chicken. The chicken along Fairfax Fare and Hollywood Boulevard to begin with isn't all that great to begin with. So honestly, it looks kind of on brand even though it's vegan. Honestly. I expected bad from the chicken because the chicken was bad the last time I had it. What I wasn't expecting to be worse was the quality of the noodles. They are overcooked to the degree where they're approaching like almost chow mein level. They're not crunchy, but like they have that stiff sort of like pasta rigor mortis that you have when like you overcook a noodle. Probably because they've been sitting for so long. It leaves me with no interest in trying to go down to the actual waffle bowl itself. Well, if it's made to order, the pieces of it have been sitting for too long. And that shows. Like I said, given the station concept of most of these places, I get that. The freshness of a lot of the quick service places at Walt Disney World, it's not all Fairfax Fare and the Sunset Boulevard Marketplace. It's the freshness depends on the rotation of them being busy. So if they're not busy, then well, you're rolling the dice. So I know that, you know, intuitively you would think that it's like, I want to go to when it's not busy. Honestly, most times you're actually probably better off when it is busy because it's coming out fresher than it would normally.
It was not busy.
And it shows. I know it looks pretty. And I know that you will be given assumptions given on, you know, the aesthetics of Disney food. And I get it. We post aesthetic photos on our Instagram and follow us there. They look pretty, but not everything that looks pretty is good on the inside. That is a lesson for life, as much as it is with food. I'm going to give it a solid 1 out of 5 claws. I have enemies that I would feed this to. Here we have the Korean barbecue pork bowl with mashed potatoes and a waffle cone. Even before I get to tasting this, and I am a little afraid, if you're going to call something Korean barbecue, why cabbage and not kimchi? You know? I thought you were halfway there.
Kimchi sometimes contains fish sauce.
It does, but like, this
Allergies.
isn't... Okay, when you're thinking about top allergens, I get it. But quick service pork belly. Pork belly is something that a lot of table service places get wrong. So when you say braised pork belly and you serve it to me with a quick service style, a la Disney-fied McDonald's, the foodie in me is officially on caution. I wouldn't say red flag, I would say strong yellow flag. A couple caution laps, if you will. I'm gonna go ahead and dig right in. Let's do the pork belly first. Let's give it a chance to shine or disappoint me like so many ugly stepsisters. It's cooked. It's fatty. It is pork belly. At least getting familiar pork belly vibes. The sauce is nice and thick. It's given Korean barbecue, that sort of sweet side of tangy. It's got a nice fat quotient to it, like I expect with pork belly. That the layer fat, layer meat. Quality. It's about what you expect with quick service. On its own, I'm giving it 3.25 out of 5 claws. I've had worse. So they're not off to a terrible start. But part of this bowl is the mashed potatoes underneath. So mashed potatoes topped with Korean barbecue and then pork belly. Now you can, if you're nice, ask the team members, cast members, for the soba noodles with this instead of the mashed potatoes if you so desire. Given how they tasted, I wouldn't suggest that, but you do have the option to do that. There's so much barbecue sauce coated in mashed potatoes. It's almost like a barbecue slip and slide down my throat. I know there was mashed potatoes in there, but I tasted nothing. All I tasted was barbecue sauce and pork belly and some sort of like sludge of something down the back of my throat. The pork belly holds up with the mashed potatoes, but the mashed potatoes don't exactly elevate the dish. Will they help fill you up? Maybe. But they don't really add anything to be distinct enough on their own. I don't know if that's a fault of the quality of mashed potatoes and the fact that there's so much barbecue sauce, but luckily for you, I'm finding out, so you'd never have to figure it out on your own anyway. I'm going to give that with the pork belly an actual 3 out of 5 claws. I think the mashed potatoes actually take away from the pork belly. I would actually rather just the pork belly in the waffle bowl and nothing on the bottom. Disney adults will say, be fair to Fairfax Fare. No. Fairfax Fare is the worst place on Hollywood Boulevard.
Yeah, I'm not a fan, and they really need to change their menu, like, ASAP.
This place has had an identity crisis since before we started doing this 7 years ago, and that has not changed. The food there has rarely made any sense. The best things that they probably did was the array of hot dogs, and I didn't like those.
No.
So the waffle bowls have stuck around again because I think they're like the aesthetic choice, but they're objectively the worst choice you can make on Hollywood Boulevard. Try at your leisure, but be warned. If it's bad, don't say we didn't tell you.
Onwards to the next spot. Final spot. The FOODIE vanilla ice cream available at Hollywood Scoops. Now you can get a cone. The cone is vegan, so sweet. Vanilla rich. It's FOODIE, but it's giving me like, if you've ever had like Haagen-Dazs ice cream vanilla, you have like the creaminess of the ice cream, and then you have like a very potent vanilla that comes through. This one is a little more mild than like your original Haagen-Dazs, but still really tasty. I love that you can get a cone with it. No, not necessary. I would give it a 4 out of 5 vanillas. If you are a vanilla lover, you're gonna like this. I personally am not, so I'm giving it a 4 based on people that like vanilla and not necessarily because that's not my favorite flavor.
Vanilla, vanilla, vanilla. Now, we'll be the first people to throw out some jokes about how plain Jane vanilla is as a choice, but this is dessert. Don't let anybody, even us, tell you how to experience joy. If vanilla brings you joy, then you vanilla it up. And tell them that Bear said you could, at the very least. Nice FOODIE ice cream. I'm glad that the cone is vegan, but in the Florida heat, even though the sun has set, trying to walk to a table with 2 scoops of FOODIE ice cream would have been a disaster to try to film. So, cups that it is. And honestly, even when I could still have dairy, cones are more mess than they're worth to begin with. Even though it's vanilla, in this weather, it do be hitting. When I say do be hitting, I mean culturally. I can feel the soothing, feel the soothing nature of freedom on my back. And when I mean freedom from the heat. The other freedom, we're still fighting for that one. It's tasty, it's ice cream, it's dessert. Even as not a dessert person, I can appreciate a good scoop of ice cream. I would give this a 4.5 out of 5 paws. Plant-based or not, I have no notes.
This is a scoop I always love to scoop. Chocolate or nothing. Chocolate is bae, chocolate is life, chocolate is all the things. And a lot more resilient than the vanilla for some reason. I guess there's a multitude of reasons why I prefer chocolate. But we're just going to go with the ice cream version. Now, like, as a child, growing up, I was raised very traditional Persian. I was not allowed to have sugar. Amongst other things. I was only allowed to eat carob. And so when I eat something like tofuti, because actually, if I was good, I got to get one of those like tofuti ice cream sandwiches. If you guys remember those, like little like mini ice cream sandwiches, they had like the chocolate and the vanilla. And like the chocolate ones were my fave. It's just like the chocolate ice cream sandwich with like the like ice cream cookie on either side. But yeah, tofuti made vanilla and chocolate. Always got both, usually from Trader Joe's, and I didn't really like the vanilla one that much. But the chocolate was always my jam. So like this is giving me that same nostalgia of the chocolate tofuti ice cream bars that I used to be allowed to have as a child. Only if I was good. Like, it had to be super special. And even if I was left home alone, I still had to call my parents and ask them if I could eat the dessert as a treat. Which I guess I could have just done it anyway, and they would have never known the difference. But I was one of those kids that obeyed. So, like, if my parents told me no, that was a no for me. So, yeah, I don't know why I went on this tangent. But anyway, ice cream is great. And I will enjoy it much more than I've been enjoying my current corporate life. I'll give it 4 out of 5 tofutis.
So we have the nice chocolate tofuti ice cream. Now, the chocolate, like anything, is a spectrum. Not all chocolate is made equal. Now, all chocolate is chocolate, but there are different kinds of chocolate, even amongst the different kinds of chocolate. If you know what I'm talking about? Because you range anywhere from like a Will Smith chocolate to a DJ Jazzy Jeff chocolate. Then you have Denzel Washington chocolate. You have Sterling K. Brown chocolate. There are levels to the chocolate game, but at the top, you still got Wesley Snipes chocolate. So, get back to the ice cream. There are different kinds of chocolate.
Wait, but where's Idris in that?
Idris is like, I think he's like half a level of chocolate below Denzel, but still very, very chocolate.
What about Michael B. Jordan?
Ooh. I'm still gonna rate him below Idris and Denzel chocolate. No, I know. A lot of you are upset. I like Sinners too. But the chocolate rankings are the chocolate rankings. I don't decide it arbitrarily. I do this video. But chocolate is chocolate. They're all chocolate. So, back to the ice cream. Not screen. What day, what sun, what Florida. It almost makes eating all the terrible food at Fairfax Fare worth it. This is my reward. And there's a reward. You get the tinge of the plant-based sort of aftertaste on the backside. But I think over time, FOODIE has tweaked this recipe to now it's a less bigger deal than it used to be. I think it's on par, if not better, than like that huge tub of ice cream you get from Walmart with the wooden spoons, like that.
Like
it's
dryers?
Is it dryers? The one that comes with like little spoons?
I think so.
It's about on that par. Honestly, indistinguishable, and it's dairy-free, so I don't have to die to eat it. I would give it 4.75 out of 5 paws, because it's chocolate. It's always chocolate. When you say you're gonna have a grand old time on Hollywood Boulevard, I know you weren't thinking food.
I just want to say that I'm so proud of us. We came here after work and I was stressing because we got here around like 4:30ish, but we didn't actually start our crawl until 5. The park closes at 9 and we had to wait an hour for our Rosie's stuff, and that was our first thing. So I was like literally stressing. I didn't think we were gonna do all 4 spots. And here we are, 10 minutes till park close, and we did all 4. I am so proud of us. I really am.
Get you a princess that stresses so that I don't have to.
I am the keeper of the time. We gotta stay on schedule.
Yeah, we would not be able to do this without her organizational skills, because mine are terrible.
Oh, they are. They're really bad.
Yeah.
You can't rely on Bear for anything.
Time management skills?
0.
But we had a fun time here on Hollywood Boulevard. We don't often get to spend as much time over here. Definitely not since Star Wars Weekends went away.
No.
But it's always good to sort of hang out in the ambience of wannabe Hollywood, because we haven't been to Hollywood in long enough. Eventually, we're gonna make it back.
And I would say we've been wanting to do this crawl for like 3 weeks now, and I keep putting it off. So I'm glad that we were able to come and just take we weren't planning on going out at all today, but I just needed a decompression day, and I think this was perfect.
But I want to know what you've seen of the items here on Hollywood Boulevard. Would you spend your Disney dollars here, or is there other way you prefer to get your food here in Hollywood Studios? Now, if there's anything we missed or anything else you think we should do, the comments will always be the place to find us. Hit the notification bell if you want to see other videos like this, and
we have new videos 5 days a week: Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Sunday.
We will see you soon.
Be sure to subscribe and like this video. And if you don't comment, well, Bear will just yeet himself out of every single crawl we ever do in the future, and then what are you gonna do? Don't you like our crawls? You should comment and tell us if you like our crawls.
You heard the girl.